man. Check this out, man.
One love. What's up, Oakland? Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out and thanks for making it work. I know it's a little tight. I know it's a little warm. But I'm a Garveyite, and in the Pan-African tradition, we'd rather be in a place that's tight, in a place that's warm, that's owned by black folks, than to be in a place that's loose, owned by other folks. So put your hands together for the Black Repertory Theater, as well as yourself. Gotta support black-owned businesses. I don't want to waste no time, so I want to talk about the children first off. Parents, hear me up and hear me well. Despite all my years of trying to influence you to stop putting our young people in special education when it's not necessary, some of you are still doing it. Some of you are still letting your sons and daughters be diagnosed with reading disabilities that they do not have, math disabilities that they do not have, mild mental retardations that they do not have, ADHDs that they do not have, conduct disorders, emotional disturbances, oppositional defiant disorders, disruptive behavior disorders, and now the all too common and popular diagnosis of bipolar disorder. Please slow it down. Listen to me when I tell you, Oakland, that when we diagnose disabilities, when I sit down and evaluate your child, that determination that I make is not based on science. There is no objective way to prove or disprove a learning disability. It is nothing more than a professional opinion that I make based on the data that I get from the test that I give your child. There's no x-ray, there's no CAT scan, there's no MRI, there's no blood sample that can determine for certain that your child has a disability. It is a professional hypothesis, a working theory. But the problem is so many of our parents take the opinions of white folks and you project them onto your children as if they are absolute facts, and they are not. And what was only an opinion becomes a reality because you make it so. Yesterday, Raheem was trying to read, but today you told him that he had a reading disability, so he stopped. Yesterday, Raheem was trying to control his behavior. Today you told him he had ADHD, so he stopped. Yesterday your daughter was trying to learn that math, but today you gave her an excuse. You told her she had a math disability, and so she stopped. I need you guys to stop putting a ceiling on your child's growth and potential based off the opinions of white folks. Special education is the school to prison pipeline. Special education is the weapon of mass destruction. But the sad thing about it, although we have 2 million black children in special education in America, not one of them would be there. Not a single black boy in California would be on prescription medicine. Not a single daughter of ours would be sitting in a special ed classroom had it not been for their parents' willingness to go along with the system. Understand something. Every time I evaluate a child, I can do it with your permission. I cannot test your child without you. I cannot diagnose your child without you. They cannot put him in special ed without you. They cannot prescribe the medication without you. So for every black child who's been victimized by the miseducation system, there was a Negro parent who went along with the program. So you have to look in the mirror and you have to look at yourself and look at the role you play in this. It's easy to say, they diagnosed my son with ADHD. It's easy to say, they put my daughter in special ed. It's easy to say that they say he's retarded. But after today, don't tell me what they did, tell me what you did. They couldn't have done what they did unless you did it first. And let's be clear. Why are they putting our children in special ed like this? Because it's money. Special education is a business. Special education is a racket. Special education is a hustle. A special ed child makes on average twice the money that a regular child gets. So if in Oakland, the expenditure for a regular child is $8,000 a year, once they qualify for special ed, they're worth $16,000 a year. Special education is an economic stimulus package for school districts who first miseducate the black children and they get paid for special education. The learning disability. The failure on part of a child with normal intelligence to learn a skill. The failure on part of a child with normal intelligence to learn an academic skill. Well, let me ask you a question. If you have normal intelligence, how can it be possible for you not to be able to learn how to read? If you have normal intelligence, how can it be possible that you can't learn how to count? If your intelligence is normal, how can it be possible for you not to learn how to write? Is it the child with the learning disability? Or is it the teacher with the instructional disability? Is it the child with the learning disability? Or is it the school district with the pedagogical disability? Is it the child with a learning disability? Or is it the principal with an academic disability? Only in America are children blamed when the teachers fail them. Have you ever noticed that never once when you've been brought to a school meeting did the principal ever deduce that the teacher was the problem and not your child? You've never, ever, ever, and I can say, because I'm not only a school psychologist, I'm also a principal. I know you've never been in a meeting where the principal was honest enough and real enough to say to the teacher, let's let this parent go on home. I don't think this problem has anything to do with the home. I think it has to do with your classroom. Let's work on you for a change. But the problem is in America, 97% of the teachers are women. And 93% of that 97% of a female-dominated teacher base are white women. So what you're dealing with here is not a black boy who doesn't want to learn as much as you are dealing with a white female who would rather not be responsible for teaching him. Let's be clear. Why are the white teachers in the ghettos of Oakland? Why are they in the ghettos of San Diego and Los Angeles and Sacramento? Why are they even teaching your child? Is it because they care? Hell no. They're there for two reasons and two reasons only. Number one, there was no more spots left open in the suburbs. Number two, they got one of those Obama student loan forgiveness packages that says if you go into the ghetto and teach the animals for 5 years. Let's just keep it real. If you go to the ghettos and teach the blacks for 5 years, we will disqualify 20% of your loans for each of the 5 years you are there. So that little white teacher caring nothing about you or your kids came into your schools voluntarily, not because she was a good white person, but to get her loans paid off. So the first year they canceled 20%. Second year they canceled 20%. Third year, she's up to 60. Fourth year, 80. And the fifth year, 100% student loan forgiveness on the backs of your babies. And then when you look up and you say, what happened to the good white teacher? What happened to Miss Serbanowski? And what happened to Miss Lewinsky? And what happened to Mrs. Goldberger? They were real good reading teachers, but they're gone now. What happened? Nothing happened. They were only there for a hustle. And the minute their loans got paid off, they abandoned your child because they never wanted to be bothered with his ass in the first place. Let's be clear, because I'm getting sick and tired of people making you believe believe that there's something wrong with the black boy, that the black boy needs something special. The black boy is so different. We got to give him his own school. We got to give him his own kind of teacher. We got to give him his own kind of curriculum. Black people, you got to be careful about that type of rationale. Because what you're doing is you're buying into the genocidal belief that black boys are somehow less developed than the white ones, and that's why they need all this special treatment. I'm here to tell you that the black boy don't need a special curriculum. He don't need a special classroom. He don't need a special teacher. See, the problem isn't that the black boy is doing anything special. The problem is that the white teacher treats the black boy in a special kind of way. Don't change him. Don't create a special school for him. Change your teachers and create a special school for them. But the last time I checked, when teachers get hired, I don't care if it's Oakland, Philadelphia, Houston, Detroit, or Chicago, when teachers get hired, I've never once seen one ever get asked, do you even care about the children you're about to teach? I think more child abuse takes place in the school than in the home. I think your child's self-esteem gets destroyed more at school than in the home. If your child makes a joke against a homosexual student, and I don't condone that, but if he makes a joke against a homosexual student, he'll be expelled from the school district. But if that same homosexual student turns around and calls your child the N-word, they might not even get suspended. Something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. But what I want y'all to understand about the black boy, the black male learner, is not that he needs anything special. The problem is schools are full of women. And boys need masculine energy. Right. And so many of our boys are suffocated with female estrogen 24 hours a day. They have their mother at home, their auntie at home, their grandmama, their sister, cousin, the ladies of the church. And there's nothing wrong with none of you sisters. That's not the issue here. They need that feminine nurturance as well. But what happens is when the universe was designed, supreme consciousness set up a perfect balance of opposites. 50% estrogen, 50% testosterone. 50% masculine, 50% feminine. Any institution responsible for teaching or raising African children must ensure and guarantee the divine balance of masculine and feminine energy. Whenever the divine balance is disturbed, so will be the children. And so in public school, what our boys need is not special ed. They don't need Ritalin or Adderall or Concerta, Meditate or Cycler, Prozac or Paxil, Depakote or Risperdal. They don't need that. What they need is a father figure in the front of the classroom. You want to reduce black male dropout? Give them a male teacher. You want to cut special ed in half? Give them a male teacher. You want to raise the test scores? Give them a male teacher. You want to increase your graduation rates? Give them a male teacher. They fly me all across the country, school district, to come and help them solve the black male problem. But my solution is always the same. It is not a single school district that has taken me to task on my recommendation. What is your recommendation, Dr. Johnson? The recommendation is that these boys, being fatherless, need a teacher who can not only teach, but who can nurture. And so if you want to fix your black male problem, give your black boys strong, heterosexual, black male teachers. They got to be strong now. That's right. Because a boy can't respect a man who's scared of him. They got to be strong now. But what the school districts of America want to do is they want to go out and get some other kind of brothers. Skinny jeans, tight leather vests, eyebrows arched, eyelashes elongated. They want to get a moist Duncan Hines brother, Twinkie style brother, yellow SpongeBob brother. They want to bring the effeminacy into the school. And I'm not going to beat up on the homosexual brothers, but I do reserve the right to disagree with your lifestyle. I'm not going to beat up on my lesbian sisters. I know how many of you came to the life, and many of you came to the life by way of my brothers who can't keep their damn hands off their sisters. So I'm not going to beat up on them. As a therapist, I know about pathology. And every pathology has a root. How the hell I'm going to beat up on a black woman turned into lesbianism because she's been molested by one uncle too many? I'm not going to do that. But I recognize an illness as an illness. And you will never normalize pathology to me. The question I always ask to the sexually confused community is real simple. Give me one positive benefit. The free expression and indoctrination of your lifestyle. Give me one positive benefit to the black community if we were to allow the free expression and proliferation of sexually confused behavior. Are you aware that only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married in this country as it is? And now you're going to put homosexuality on steroids. Are you aware that the black family got enough problems as it is, and instead of a mother and a father, you now want 2 fathers? Don't we got enough problems as it is to be introducing some European cultural lifestyle into the black reality? We got enough problems of our own. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to condone somebody disrespecting you at all. I'm not into that. But I have a right to disagree. But what bothers me is when you want to make up names and name call people who don't agree with illness. Homophobic. That word is not in the diagnostic manual of mental disease. A phobia is a fear. Homophobic has never been a disorder. So where did it come from? It came from the LGBT movement to castigate and intimidate anybody who believes in the naturality of black male-female love. If you disagree with sexual confusion, they now consider you to be disordered. That's right. They did reverse the whole situation now. I asked the question. We're the oldest people on the planet. 2 million plus years of civilization. Show me one traditional African society. And I know some of y'all not African. I'm not talking to your ass if you're not. I'm so sick and tired of intellectually masturbating conscious Negroes who read 2 books at the Oakland Public Library and now think you too damn smart to be black. Have y'all ran into some of them? Fake ass black power rights. I'm not from Africa, I'm from Asia. I'm from North America. I'm from under the earth. I'm from the moon. I'm from the Mars, crazy ass Negro. Hate yourself so much. I'm not African, but I can take your ass to Africa and find 25 twins who look just like you, but you're not African. Same big ass head, poppy eyes and everything, but you're not African. So I'm not even going to get into that nonsense. And I hate being me nonsense, so I'm going to manufacture a new identity. Keep it to yourself. Somebody said, would a homosexual children be allowed to go to your school? Yes, they can. I have no problem at all with that. They said, well, why would you let them in? Because there's no such thing as a homosexual child. There's only a sexually confused child. And once those boys learn the beauty and divinity in black manhood, they'll never want to put on the skirt again. Once those girls learn that the black woman was the first symbol ever used for God. Once they learn the divinity of black skin and nappy hair, she'll never ever want to imitate the behavior patterns of a man ever again. All you have to do is give them the truth. I don't need no special gay program, no gay rehab, gay anonymous, none of that shit. All you got to do is expose them to the truth, and they will gravitate to it. That's all. I tell brothers all the time, the sisters who claim that they gay, they're not as gay as you think they is. All you got to do is raise your testosterone, and I guarantee you her estrogen will respond. Some brothers know what the hell I'm talking about. You walk into a room full of so-called hardcore lesbians, and you got your swag on, and you walk in there, next thing you know, they twerking and dancing. She really want a man. Your ass ain't gay. You just pissed off right now. You really want a man. Come on with it. Sisters, how many times you walked into a room full of homosexual brothers, looking as fine as you look, and you walk past them brothers, and all of a sudden, they just caught a contact with that female energy, like, damn, and his swag came out. Can I holler at you for a minute? We are designed by nature to crave the opposite power. It don't matter how much you try to subjugate that psychologically, it's still there. You can't get rid of it. But getting back to the miseducation machine, America has a 6-stage process in place for destroying our sons. The first stage is miseducation. From preschool to 3rd grade, on purpose, they deliberately miseducate our children. This is not an accident. It is not because the father's in jail. It's not because the mother is unmarried. It's not because they live in poverty. It's because if him or him or any of these young brothers over here, any one of them properly educated poses a risk to the maintenance of the status quo. Any one of them properly educated poses a risk to the American social order. So they must be disadvantaged from the womb to guarantee white privilege for their European 6-year-old counterpart. This is by design. But the problem is, Oakland, y'all have a black bourgeoisie in your city. The coon Illuminati. And by the way, brothers and sisters, and I appreciate my DJ, put your hand together for my DJ. And I know he was looking out for me earlier when he told you guys no taping, no photography, but I'm not one of them type of scholars. You paid to get in here, you got it right. Take out your phone, you can tape, you can click, do you. You understand? That's how I rock. You feel me? I don't have a problem with the taping, as long as you don't pull out a damn video camera. Okay, but if it's your cell phone, you can do that. You want to take some pictures of me, you can do that. I know my haters sent some of y'all in here to report. Do you? Let's talk about the black bourgeoisie of Oakland. Now, I don't live here, and this is only my 2nd visit to your city. But I know there's a black bourgeoisie because wherever there are black people in large numbers, the white man controls you through your educated elite. Whether you call it the coon Illuminati, whether you call it the Negroisie, whether you call it the talented 10, they control you through them. And I hate to say this as a college-educated black man. I hate to say this, having 3 masters, 2 doctorates, 3 masters, 1 doctorate, 2 bachelors, and 3 certifications. I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but you cannot trust Negroes with degrees. I just need to say this. I just need to, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Listen, why do we go to college? You don't go to college to get an education. That's a damn lie. No one in here ever went to college to get an education. You went to college to put yourself in a position where you could be drafted by the power structure to be a token. You send your children to college so they can be drafted by the power structure to be a token. Undergraduate programs are designed to weed out the Negroes who can be trained. The master's program is designed to be a more sophisticated filter of reliable Negro talent. And you are not supposed to earn your doctorate degree unless they are absolutely certain that you can be molded to the Eurocentric white supremacist paradigm. And that's why, Oakland, when you look to solve your problems in the hood, you have to stop looking for educated Negroes to lead that pursuit, because they are least likely to sacrifice themselves for your benefit. So when something goes wrong in Oakland, you go looking for the Negro with a doctorate to lead you out. This Negro is on the fence trying to get over to the white folks side. And you gonna go grab his ass off the fence to come lead your damn struggle. And wonder why he sold you out. The college-educated Negro, as Dr. Carter G. Woodson told us, is seldom of any use to his race, because the education he gets takes him away from the best interests of his people and puts him in alignment with the agenda of his oppressor. There's 5 families in the black bourgeoisie. And some of you might be here tonight, but I'm glad you came, because maybe I can wake you up with the Pan-African Holy Ghost. Now, the first family is the higher education Negroisie. These are blacks in Oakland. They're superintendents. They're assistant superintendents. They sit on the school board. They work at your universities. They are professors. And whenever somebody asks them what's wrong with black folks, instead of pointing to white supremacy, they blame you for your own predicament.
That's right.
See, the job of the bourgeoisie is to protect the masses. Deflect responsibility onto the victim. That's their job. Yes. That's why when you turn on CNN, it's always the same 5 Negro scholars answering the questions. Am I wrong? When Trayvon got killed, the same 2 lawyers. Michael Brown, the same 2 lawyers. Tavis Smiley, the same 2 educators. Like, then why y'all keep on recycling these same people? Because they know what they're going to say. They're going to give a neutral answer that does not threaten the peace of oppression. And then your second group within the cool Illuminati is the entertainment bourgeoisie of California. These are Negroes with radio shows, radio stations, TV shows, magazines, newspapers, websites. They might get 2 million views a week on their website. But are they talking about police brutality? Are they talking about economic oppression? Are they talking about poor health care? Are they talking about miseducation? Are they talking about gentrification? Guess what they're talking about? Beyonce's coming to town next week. Get your tickets on fire. They talking about the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. You clapping Steph Curry ain't brought $1 to the damn hood since he got here. Shut your ass up. And you won't see him. Draymond Green, blue, black, purple, but you'll never catch his ass in West Oakland with a check. How much you would have bet? Not the West. And I'm not knocking him. But there's a system in place that keeps the athletes and entertainers in their place. And if you get out of your place, you end up like Prince. If you get out of your place, you end up like Sam Cooke. You get out of your place, you end up like Michael Jackson. You get out of your place, you end up like Tupac Shakur. You get out of your place, you end up like Jimi Hendrix. What did all 5 of them have in common?
Got assassinated.
They all owned or was on the road to owning their own masters. And the one thing about the music industry, you can never separate yourself from it. It is blood in and blood out. And the minute you decide you want to separate from us, we will take you out, kill you before the transfer is complete, and we'll make more money off of you and your death than we made during your life. So you got the entertainment Negroes. That's basketball players too, all of them rappers.
All of them.
Tough as hell until it comes time to talk about white supremacy. Put some respect on my name when you talking to black folks. They'll never say that to a damn cracker. All three of y'all. So you got the entertainment Negroes, their job is to just keep you entertained. Concert after concert, black party after black party, nightclub after nightclub, just party your way into premature extermination. And then you got the economic bourgeoisie of Oakland. These are Negroes who got a couple dollars. I got some black millionaires in the city. Hell yeah. But they never got a dollar for you. They got a dollar for Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Right.
They got a dollar for Bernie Sanders. And I don't know why any of y'all ever thought Bernie Sanders would ever be selected to be president. That man looked like he should be pushing shopping carts for him. Fuck behind him. They need charismatic people to be president so they can keep your ass brainwashed like Obama did for 8 years. That's what they need. We'll get back to him in a minute. Yeah, I don't like that because y'all drunk that Kool-Aid 8 years ago. Y'all was in the street, we got Obama, we got Obama. Y'all was in love with Obama. Negroes was dancing in the streets when he got elected. The pastors was like, Jesus has come back. Y'all with Obama crazy. Some of y'all took your whole 401k to go to his inauguration. He didn't even shake your damn hand, but you was there. Falling in love with presidents when you're supposed to be holding them accountable.
Come on, that's right.
And you wonder why the homosexuals got something from Obama, because they said, listen, we not black folks.
Okay.
You can evangelize the Negroes, but you ain't going to evangelize the LBGTQ. You want these votes, Negro? We want a Supreme Court justice. He said, you got it. Latinos came, they said, listen, we not the Negroes. We want a Supreme Court justice and we want some immigration laws. Obama said, you got it. White women came and said, we want the Equal Pay Act. You want these votes from white women? We ain't the Negroes.
Okay.
Give us something for these votes. He said, no problem. Give you Supreme Court justice.
Come on.
Give you the Equal Pay Act. Obama running around giving white women more money than their paycheck when half the black men in California can't find a damn job to begin with. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? Half the black men in Chicago unemployed. Half the black men in Philadelphia unemployed. Half the black men in Houston unemployed. But you can help poor, privileged white women get more money in their paycheck. And then they said, well, he's the president of all people, not just the black people. I absolutely agree with you. That is correct. But last time I checked, everybody in America not gay, but he damn sure took care of the gays. Everybody in America not Latino, but he damn sure took care of the Latinos. Everybody in America not a white female, but he damn sure took care of the white females. It seems to me that he took care of every non-white ethnic minority group except the one he belongs to. But that's your fault because you didn't hold him accountable. You celebrated him instead of holding him accountable. And then some of you Negroes were silly enough to get on TV and tell white folks that he ain't got to do nothing for me. Just be black. Good God Almighty, that's the dumbest shit I heard this year. Black folks, y'all saw him, he ain't got to do nothing for me. I'm just so thankful that he's black. I said, damn, that's it? And now you got another problem, black America. You know what your problem is now? Since Obama got a pass.
Ain't got to hold back nothing.
Since Obama was the first president out of 44 in American history to get a pass, you now have to give a pass to anyone who comes after him.
White supremacy.
Your Obama Kool-Aid messed it up for them. They're going to have to clean up the fact that you like projecting your Jesus complex onto any Negro with good oratory. It's your fault. I'm not blaming Obama because to his credit, and I don't give him much, but to his credit, he never said he would do nothing for you. He never once said that I'm going to leave black folks in a better state than when I found them. To the contrary, you're worse off now than you were when he took office. Do you know there's more blacks in jail under Obama than under Bush and his father combined? Are you aware that your unemployment rate is worse under Obama than under Bush and his father? Obama took the HBCU money, which was only for black colleges, and he multiculturalized our HBCU money. And so he said, any college working with minorities can get some of the HBCU money. Well, the problem was it wasn't enough HBCU money to begin with. But then you come in and say, well, you can take from it and give it to the schools that serve the Arabs and the East Indians and the Latinos. I'm not saying they shouldn't get no money, but they can have none of mine. Wow, Dr. Johnson, I don't understand that. Why are you saying they can't have none of our money? Because the Latinos didn't build America. Black people built America. The gays didn't build America. Black people built America. The Arabs didn't build America. Black people built America. But they want to multiculturalize your ass because you hate being black. I'm just a human being. You're the only person in California saying that crap. The Latino proud to be a Latino, and he should be. The Native American is proud to be what he is. The European Jew will make sure you don't confuse him for being any other type of white man than the one from Israel. But soon when you come to a Negro, I don't see color. You're the blackest thing in the damn city. Everybody can see you but yourself. Multiculturalism. That was nothing but a strategy to kill the black agenda. By doing what? Putting the agendas of Arabs and East Indians and Latinos and Chinese in front of the black agenda. I didn't say they ain't got no issues. Don't you dare get me wrong. But their issue cannot be blamed with my issue. Mine is unique. Leave mine. No other predicament. What do you mean? I mean that they came to America of their own free will. My people did not. I mean that it was never legally illegal for them to get an education. If I did it, it could cost me my life. And you want to blend your struggle in with other people who can't stand you any more than white folks. And I'm not talking about all my Latino brothers and sisters, because many of y'all grandmama look just like my grandmama. Let's just keep it real. Y'all African too. Some of y'all just don't want to admit it. America played his name game. He want to come up with multiple labels. Every 10 years when we get a new census, it's a new damn category. In 1970, they came up with Hispanic. If you was a Spanish-speaking African from Puerto Rico or Cuba, and my great-grandfather was Spanish-speaking Cuban, and if you didn't want to be black, just call yourself Hispanic. Because back then, when Latinos came to America, they didn't want to be blended with you, so they would put white.
That's right.
Have a big afro like Jimmy Superfly Snooker, talking about he's European. So the white man said, y'all can't do that because y'all not white. Y'all might not be black, but you damn sure ain't white. So he came up with Hispanic. And then in the Tiger Woods, Barack Obama, Mariah Carey era, they came up with biracial. In the year 2000, biracial, that changed the whole damn game. Because in the year 2000, any Negro with a great white grandparent could say they was no longer black. And then in 2010, they came out with multiracial. My God. And every Negro with a little bit of Native American blood start running around cheering. I'm multiracial. My grandmama's Cherokee. You look pure West Oakland Negro. Hate to be black. I know what I'm talking about. Hate to be black. Can't stand to be black. I had a Negro one time looking like Kuta Kinte talking about, I got Jew in my family, Arab in my family, Latino, I got Italian in my family. And I said, which one of those families ever invited your ass over for supper? Don't you realize that no matter what else you have in your blood, You still African because we are the dominant DNA. And the white man know you hate being black, so he play these naming games with you to depopulate you on paper and make it look like it's less blacks than it really is because you don't want to identify with the rest of us. Look on the census and look at how many census titles are black in disguise. Latino, not black. Well, if Latino is not black, what the hell you had to say not black for?
Right.
African, not Latino. Southeast Asian, have you seen some of them? Look just like me. Pacific Islander, Jimmy Superfly Snooker people. Straight Africans. Half the damn census is black people under another name because you hate being what God made you. And that's why I came up with the unapologetically African movement.
That's right.
Not unapologetically black.
That's right.
Unapologetically African. Black is an adjective. I'm not no damn adjective. I am a noun. Unapologetically African. A-F-R-I-CAN, damn it. So you got the higher ed bourgeoisie. You got the economic bourgeoisie. You got the status Negro. Let's talk about this one. Negroes love titles. Y'all do know that. If you give a black person the right title, you ain't even got to pay them a check. Negroes love titles. Just give a box of business cards. God damn! You know what I'm talking about, right? Business cards, am I wrong? Business cards over paychecks. Business cards so he can floss. He just want to floss. So you ran into Brother John, and Brother John gave you a business card. In fact, he gave you 3. In case one get wet, you flush the all the other one down and talk about this thing. He gave you 3. And you looked at Brother John's business card to see exactly what type of work Brother John did, and it took you 10 minutes to figure shit out because Brother John said, I'm the senior assistant vice deputy under J for the temporarily appointed assistant undersecretary for trash collection on Thursday morning. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Negroes with these long titles. You're like, damn, that woman's got 8 degrees. Nah, 2 GEDs. And then when you go find him, say, hey, Brother Johnny, I got your business card. You know, I forget what you is because it was real long. But I'm here because we're trying to get that lot over there. That lot in the corner, we're going to turn that into a community garden for the babies in West Oakland. You gave me a card, said you work with the mayor, you're the senior assistant, deputy under his vice chancellor, X-Men, I don't know. But listen, can you help us get the lot? And Brother Johnny said, I can't help y'all get the lot because that's not really under me. You got to go see Brother Tereb. Tereb is the senior assistant under deputy to the assistant appointed. Damn, I just go, say it. So you went to go see him, brother, we need the lot. I'm sorry, that's not under me, that's under the Secretary of the Interior. So you ran to the Secretary of the Interior. He said, no, that was taken from me last week. You gotta go to the mayor's office. You went to the mayor said it got transferred to the state rep. You done ran to 20 different Negroes with 25 titles on their business card, and not one of them can help you. You know why that is? Because white folks love to put black people in positions that appear to be of influence. Just to give you the illusion of inclusion that they can do anything for your ass and they cannot. So don't waste your time with Negroes with business cards. Unless they own their own business. So you got status Negroes, higher ed Negroes, economic Negroes, entertainment Negroes, and then you got the 5th family of the black bourgeoisie, and me thinks they're the most dangerous of them all. And that's the religious bourgeoisie. The religious bourgeoisie. Reverend Hoop and Holla, Pastor, hot sauce and pork chop.
It's true.
Damn church and mosque. I put them all into one. I do not discriminate because ain't none of them doing nothing for the black community. Listen, to some of y'all Christians, I want to make sure we are clear. that I'm not talking about your religious beliefs. I'm talking about the people who come in the cloak of your faith only to prostitute it for personal profit. Make sure you understand what I'm talking about. I am not talking about Jesus. I am not talking about Muhammad. I'm talking about that con artist on Friday afternoon and Sunday morning who tells you that God don't like ugly, but he ain't got a problem seeing his congregation live in hell while they give him all their damn money. And then he takes your Jesus money, your Muhammad money, your Moses money, and he don't put it in no black-owned bank. No. He take it to white folks. Your Jesus money goes to a white bank on Monday. And guess what the white bank does with all those millions of dollars of black Jesus dollars? He floats along to black real estate developers with your damn money. And they come right into Oakland, buy up all the abandoned homes, buy up all the abandoned lots, all the houses for sale, turn them into mansions and strip malls and student apartments and private prisons. Raise up the property value. And in 10 years, you got to move out your neighborhood and nobody even told you that it was Jesus that moved you out. Let's keep it real. Your church is helping white supremacy put grandma out of her home. How can you have a church without a credit union? How can you have 10 churches in a 10-block radius and they haven't been forced to come together to give you a black Bank of Oakland, to build black business with black dollar? That's what you need. You're doing the Lord's work. When the last time you seen a pastor at the front of a march for justice? They tied in with the politicians. They tied in with the entertainers. 50 years ago, you can find a black church that was pro-homosexual. Now they all are because they're getting the federal grant money. George Bush gave you the faith-based initiative in 2004. 2000. He made a way for the black church to get federal tax dollars. And once he did that, despite the constitutional separation of church and state clause, ain't no black church had nothing to say since. Because they're getting paid to shut up. Faith-based initiative. Your pastor is the new FBI. Listen. No, they can have their Jesus. It's not the religion. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. Malcolm was a Muslim. It ain't the religion. It's how you use it. My litmus test is real simple. Any Negro who tells me that I got to die to experience heaven when the white man got his now, and the Chinese got his now, and the Arab got his now, I'm going to get mine now, or I'm going to die trying, damn it. But I ain't going to wait till I'm gone to get what's mine. Somebody said, Doc, if you opened up a church, you get all the money you need for that Fred Douglass school. All you got to do is evangelize Negroes because black folks love imaginary escapism. Oppressed people have a greater imagination than non-oppressed people. Because you're too lazy to change your reality. You would rather dream of new experience beyond her. Singing them damn songs. If it was good enough for my grandmama, it was good enough for me. Chillin' juice running down. If it was good enough for my grandmama, it's better enough for me. Reverend Hoopin' Holler, make you give him all your money. Come on! The Lord said, Jehoshaphat. And when we done tonight, we got Kool-Aid and chicken wings downstairs. Come on, Mother Sarah. Give him some libation. Next time the pastor takes the collection, you take that money, you find the holiest place in the sanctuary, and you call up to your Lord by whatever name, and you say, Lord, I'm going to toss this money on up. Whatever you need, you keep it.
What comes back down is mine.
And whatever come back down to earth, I'm going to give it to these broke-ass black people so they can go home and pay their damn bill. I heard about Creflo Dollar, right? $32 billion jet. $65 million jet.
G65 project.
So he can fly around and more officially teach the word of God.
Yeah. 65.
And I heard at last count, his congregation raised the money.
That's right.
He got a damn check.
He had one.
I heard it's better than Air Force One, better than Obama's jet. He ain't got no hospital though. He ain't got no supermarket though. He ain't got no gas station for black folks. He ain't got no school. He ain't got no airline. He ain't got no manufacturing process. But he can fly high. Brothers and sisters, the bourgeoisie is your biggest problem after white folks. Because their job is to protect white folks from you.
That's right.
Jesse Jackson's job was to keep Negroes in charge under Clinton. Al Sharpton's job was to keep Negroes in charge under Obama. I don't know who Hillary's HNIC gonna be. And if they give it to Trump, I don't know whose HNIC he gonna choose. But there will be one. See, the problem with the cool Illuminati now is you ain't got no more leaders left who walk without great ones. Jesse and Sharpton and all these leaders, they knew great black leaders. But now you ain't got that no more. So who they gonna get? I don't know who they gonna get because they gotta get somebody who can control you. Al Sharpton was a coon, but he would walk through the streets. Most of these bourgeois Negroes now, they're not even coming nowhere near you. Which means they ain't got no street credibility.
That's right.
So the new white man, they're gonna have to think of, I don't know who they're gonna pull out. They might get Little Richard. I don't know who the hell they're gonna So those are the 5 families, brothers and parents. I got something else I need to say to y'all. I know you don't want to hear this, but I gotta say it because it's graduation season. And this is my favorite time of the year because I speak at a lot of graduations. In fact, when I was backstage today, I got a phone call from one of the high schools at whose graduation I'll be delivering the keynote, and they told me that a white woman from California today, while I was back here, a white woman from California called this high school and begged them not to let me be the keynote.
Wow.
So I want to know which one of you Negroes got your cracker friends, the call baggies, and sick them on me. See, I'm not scared of white folks. You are. In fact, black people love white people. That's your biggest problem. You didn't love Obama because he was Obama. You loved Obama because white folks accepted him. Yes! Your litmus test is, does my oppressor love him? Everything you do it for 2 reasons. Every day you wake up, ain't got nothing to do with serving Jesus. You wake up for 2 reasons. To do what you can to be accepted by white folks, and do what you can to do better than black folks. Will Smith said it best, and I'm no Will Smith fan. He ain't write me a damn check yet, and we from the same city. But nonetheless, Will gonna give me a check. All the Philadelphia celebrities, I'm coming for my money. Damn that, I done seen every movie you had. Concussion on back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
6 degrees.
But the degrees don't matter unless you use them as a weapon for your people. The problem is we send our kids to school so they can get some self-esteem through a white man's degree. They should have had the self-esteem before they went to school, because if the white man take it back, they'll be right back where they started. Your self-respect should not come from anything outside of you. If it comes outside, it ain't real. It's graduation season, and I'm so sorry because a lot of you parents can't wait to send your child off to UCLA, California State University. You can't wait to send them to Hampton and Howard and Spelman and Virginia State and University of Michigan. But I got some bad news for y'all. College degree is not a token to opportunity anymore.
That's right.
In the black community, the college degree is only a guarantee of lifelong debt to the banks of America. How many of us in here paying back student loans right now? Drowning the hell out of us. But every school in California only has one goal for these babies. They got one goal for these babies.
Prison.
Get them accepted into college. That ain't no damn goal to me. That's no goal. We're at college prep school. We're at college prep school. We're at college prep school. That's not telling me nothing. Because the college is nothing but an economic hustle. So you send your son to the University of Michigan so he can get a PhD in grasshopper reproduction on planet Mars. So Raheem graduates from the University of Michigan, magna cum summa cum laude, with a PhD in grasshopper twerkism. Where is he going to find a job at? Who the hell looking for somebody who know how grasshoppers reproduce?
Umar.
I'm being sarcastic, but are you getting my point? A lot of you are spending $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 on a college education that will mean absolutely nothing when they finish. Do you realize that every university offers about 150 degree programs? Out of that 150 degree programs, only 30 are relevant. Your daughter at the University of Vermont studying medieval European art history during the damn Renaissance. What job is waiting for her after studying naked white boys for 4 years?
Come on with it.
You're working on your master's right now at Oakland Community College. You're about to get a master's in Black Community Organizational Development. And every professor was white. Brothers and sisters, I know we love to get an education, but you got to be strategic with your selection. Because the white man is making degrees out of thin air just to make you feel like you accomplished something when all he did was rob you. I have 2 daughters. Let one of them come to me and say, Daddy, I want to study classical European music. I say, baby, that is beautiful. Here's a public library card. You can get all the books you want. We can stay in the library until they close. But I will not be paying $20,000 a year for homosexual history studies. If it was up to me, every last one of you would send your sons and daughters to a trade school before they ever set foot in the community. Oh yeah? I want him to know how to fix cars before he becomes a scientist. Because if white folks ain't hiring no scientists, he's gonna still be able to feed his family. I want him to be a master plumber before he ever studies psychology. So if nobody ain't hiring no psychologist, he can still feed his family. I want him to be a master carpenter.
That's
He
right.
makes money on the side putting the dishes on people's houses.
That's right.
While your son is in Vermont studying classical European sex. He in the hood making millions.
Come on.
White folks were real slick after they killed Dr. King. They set up this higher education hustle and made black people think you was American now, so in order to prove to ourselves that we were American, we all ran off to college. And when we ran off to college, we ran off the construction site. And when you ran off the construction site, you gave the white man a monopoly on who gets hired and who gets fired when they're building new sites in Oakland every day with your tax money. Not a black man on a damn job. Don't you know that there are plumbers who make more money than surgeons? Don't you know there's carpenters who make more money than engineers? Stop thinking that to be a success you gotta go to work with a white shirt and a tie. Listen, half the black folks I know that go to work with a white shirt and a tie broke as hell. White man sent you to college and sent his to Wall Street. White man sent your kids to college and sent his to real estate school. Warren Buffett said a person with $100 who know how to properly invest can be a millionaire in 10 years. Problem is your whole life is based on immediate gratification. You don't save nothing unless you're going to see something from it overnight. That's your problem. But the problem with black spending, and we talk about the black dollar means nothing unless you got a black bank to put it in. You can build all the black businesses you want in Oakland and it will still benefit white folks more than you. If everyone in here had their own business doing $1 million a day, white folks are still winning past black folks. How? Because your money goes into a white bank and they're able to loan loans off the interest from your black business to finance their white community. And we got to redefine what a black business is because just being owned by black folks don't qualify as a black business in my opinion. You must be doing something for the community that you're in. Because I see too many black business owners who live in white neighborhoods and take their money to a white bank and go home to a white wife.
That's right.
Somebody wounded.
Let's talk about interracial relationships.
Get up. Get hot.
Y'all start fainting hard and shit. Start fainting. Listen, let me give you my disclaimer. Because I know we got some visitors in the room and I don't want them to misquote me. It wouldn't mind if you did because I could care less, but I would rather you err on the side of truth. I do not consider the white woman to be less than the black woman. I don't consider the white man to be less than the black man. I have no interest whatsoever in disrespecting you or your culture. But because I'm committed to the black woman in particular, I'm warned about my sister, my daughter, my auntie, my mother, my grandmother, my ladies in the community. Let's do the chronology on this. The United States Supreme Court struck down the last of the anti-miscegenation laws of this country, forbidding interracial marriage in 1969, I believe it was. Up until then, in some states, you could not marry a white person if you were black. From 1969 to 2016, it's been about 50 years. Black men have married outside of their race more than the men of every other race living in America put together. Now, nigga, please. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that you cannot help who you fall in love with. That's a damn lie. Listen, when I was at Millersville University in Pennsylvania, there was white girls who was attracted to me. There was one in my psychology class, she would bring little notes and letters and put them on my desk when I wasn't looking, and I open it up and all these flowers pop out in front of white boys and everything. I said, what the hell is this? When I was in Lehigh University, there was some white attention from the females. When I was working on my doctorate, there was white females who were interested.
That's right.
But I never fell or slipped.
Come on.
No disrespect to none of them. You know why? Because you can't fall in love with somebody unless you value their culture. If I'm not in love with whiteness. I can't be in love with whiteness. What they say in church, the pastor says, as for me and my family, we shall serve the Lord. Well, I say, as for me and my community, we shall honor the black woman. If she was good enough for you in slavery, why she ain't good enough for you now? She was good enough for you in civil rights, why she ain't good enough for you now? She was good enough for you in Jim Crow. The black woman tatted up your wounds, covered your wounds, washed your wounds, let you cry on her shoulder. And now because you got a little half-decent job and a couple degrees, you think you better than your own mother. No, not for me. I love everything about a black woman. I love her shape, good God Almighty.
Yes, sir.
Nothing like a sister in some jeans.
Say it again.
Smell like Bath and Body Works. Good God.
Lord have mercy.
Skin tone, lip gloss. Lord have mercy. Pineapple shea butter. Good God.
What juice?
Smelling like a fresh orchid in the summer day. Had me doing a jig.
Yeah, but he ain't lying.
But you don't want that. You don't want God's first woman. You want the bootleg version. But they ain't got that physique. They flat. I like a sister who got a little seasoning in her food. A little jerk sauce. Sister go in the cabinet and whip up something. You didn't think you had no food. You got a damn entree. You running around with Sarah Myers. Sarah can't cook turkey sandwich, mayonnaise 5 inches thick, no jerk sauce. And when Sarah get to be 50 years old, you better stop it.
Black don't cry. Black don't cry.
Ain't got no melanin, no collagen in that skin. That neck start hanging. The bags under the eyes like she fought Rocky and Creed. Don't nobody age like the black woman ages. When they said, what is it? 30 is the new 40. They were talking about the black woman, black don't crack. But you with Sarah Myers. So 30 might be the new 40 for the black woman, but for white women, 80 is the new 40. Like, damn, is that your mother-in-law or is my wife? You just got married. Damn. Neck hanging, chicken, turkey season. I didn't say black women were perfect, but neither are you, brother. We got our issues just like she did. If she can stick with us, we can stick with them. I know she got her issues. If that birthday gift cheap, she won't put it on Facebook. You forget Mother's Day, she will sell your social at tax season. I know she will put your business on the street. But I still love her because God made her first. And black woman, you got to honor yourself. And I want black women to stop supporting any form of entertainment that sexually objectifies your body. See, slavery sexually objectified the black woman's body. every orifice was an opportunity for sexual manipulation. In Africa, some cultures, the women walk around without a bra. When I was in South America last year, the women walked around without a bra. And I had to reorient myself. Because I live in a society where the black woman's whole phenotype has been objectified for sexual purpose. The breasts are not for sex, they for life. That's how you feed the babies. But the white man with his twisted mind turned an instrument of life into sex. And there's a war against the black family if y'all ain't been paying attention. And the war is being carried out through the popular TV shows. Scandal.
Talk about it.
Olivia Pope.
Talk about it.
Attractive black woman. Too thin for me though. I like a little bit more bounce in my career. I want some size. Just a little bit of Serena, just a little. A little bit of Beyonce. I need a little, athleticism. But here's a black woman, well-educated. Can't find no black man to satisfy her mentally. Hate her father, hate every black man she meets. But she don't mind casually sleeping around with the white man and don't mind being a whore on call for the president. And black women love this show. It's the #1 show for sisters. Oh, a show where a black woman plays the bed wench to the president. With all due respect, sister, I thought we've been there, done that with Thomas Jefferson already. I thought we've been there, done that with George Washington already. I thought we've been there, done that with Andrew Jackson. Many of your 6-time great-grandmothers was raped by presidents, but now you want to glorify it through scandal.
Come on.
Tyler Perry. I love my brother coming from nothing, sleeping in a car, becoming a billionaire now. I love that. But I do take issue with how he did it. By taking old caricatures of black folks, stereotypical characters, reinventing them, and making millions. Why did I get married? 4 dysfunctional ass black families. And then he came out with a part 2. Now I heard they working on part 3. How many times you wish you ain't get married? And did you see the one, the Rainbow movie? What was that? With Precious and Monique? That was there. I almost couldn't watch it. The father raping the daughter, touching the mother throwing TVs at the daughter, and they gave Monique Best Supporting Actress. She got an Oscar. And then the Negroes want to boycott the Oscars. Jada Pinkett Smith. Ain't no blacks got nominated. So what? Why do you need white folks to validate you? Speaking of white folks' validation, y'all remember a couple months ago the black football players at University of Missouri went on strike. And I support them, that's good. You know why? Because we haven't had no serious black student activism on America's campuses since the days of Stokely Carmichael and H. Rap Brown. Have you noticed that?
That's right.
The college Negro was straight docile for 50 years. So when I saw what was going on at Mizzou, I was happy. Good! And then something popped off at Yale. Then it popped off. White university after white university, black students standing up to protest racism.
There you go.
I can applaud that. And what I'm going to say to you, I would never say to them. Because I don't think you should ever kill the enthusiasm of a young activist, even if they're not perfect with their ideological strategy. Let them do the work, because at least they're doing something. But for you, if you really don't like the way that University of Missouri is treating you, if you really don't like the way that Harvard and Yale is treating you, if you don't like the way the University of Pennsylvania is treating you, then why you still give them $30,000 a year of your money? And while you're giving them $30,000 a year of your money, Lincoln University might not live another year. Elizabeth City might not make it another year. St. Paul's is already closed. Wilberforce and Central in Ohio might not make it another year. If you really want to teach white folks how to treat you, take your money to the HBCU and abandon their ass. That's real revolution. That's real revolution. And then they came out with Empire. Lucius and Cookie. Look at this now. Because TV is not entertainment.
That's right.
TV is political programming. Listen. Half the white people in America do not live next to nor have daily contact with blacks. They learn about you through your music and your movies. See, you can laugh at scandal because you know that's not everybody. White folks don't know that. They will think that's every sister. Your United States congressmen make laws based on stereotypes. So you got a sitcom. Broke all kind of records. And you know, white folks don't even watch black miniseries. So for white folks to watch Empire, it must really contain buffoonery and nonsense. Because white folks do not want to see you professional. They don't want to see you success. Any movie that we come out with that shows you in a responsible role does poorly in the box office. If you don't believe me, do your research. When we do. White folks ain't interested in seeing you as no leader. They ain't interested in seeing you as no businessman. They only want to see you doing two things. Being thirsty as hell in your relationships, goofy as hell, and angry as hell. Have you noticed every show with a black woman in it, she's thirsty as hell? Can't find a mate, can't get married, can't stay married, nasty ass weave, never done right. Have y'all noticed all this? I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. Empire. You got 4 black men in leading roles. You got Lucius, Hakeem, Jamal, and Andre. Lucius, narcissistic black man, don't trust black women, can't stand his baby mom. Andre, bougie, uppity Negro, married to a white woman, don't even look at black women. Hakeem, hypersexual, hip-hop head, uses black women and discards them. And Jamal, hey, hyper-feminine black male in love with a white gay man, don't even look at black women. Let me ask y'all a question. How can you have 4 black men in leading roles in the same miniseries all at one time and not one has a positive relationship with a black woman? This is not entertainment, it is programming. This is programming. And it's not programming just for you. They want them to watch it. They hoping she watching it. And they hoping she watching it. And they hoping he watching it so they can dig those messages deep into the psyche. Because if she watches Empire, she'll never want to date a black man. And if he watches Scandal, he'll never want to date a black woman. And have you noticed that while they attack the image of the healthy black family, they promote the image of the healthy gay family? Have you noticed every gay show, it's positive, it's upbeat?
Oh no, I don't watch no gay show.
What's going on? Sister says she want to know if a man is gay. Damn. If he accidentally put on your underclothes, you need to get on up out of there. If his eyelashes are longer than yours, get him on up out of there. But you really got to study his friends, because heterosexual males don't generally hang with homosexual males. So invite them over for the NBA Finals and sit them all on the couch. All his friends in a circle, so you can see the asses. And see if anybody got the eyebrow shaved off. Stop laughing. This is real science. You got to be careful out there. I'm a therapist. I've had gay black men, gay white men confess in therapy that they was gay, married with women, in relationships with women. I'm not allowed to tell the woman because you got therapist-client privilege. I'm like, this brother gay. Nothing about him look gay, nothing. Straight swagalicious. And he's a sodomite. So ladies, y'all better be careful. Y'all gotta be careful. I ain't gonna get into that because I'm gonna come back to Oakland to this theater right here in the fall. And I'm gonna do for sisters only relationships and dating. Just for the ladies. 16 and over. You can't be under 16 because some of the material will not be suitable for all audiences. I think you need to know about the laws of racism. There's 3 rules of racism I need y'all to get. Black people don't get them. This is why we're so confused about white folks, because we don't understand white supremacy. Rule number 1. Rule number 1. Rule number 1. All white people are racist. Now some of y'all like, Doc, you ain't really got me on that one though. My homie, we got a rap group and shit, he Eminem. You know what's ironic? Hip hop evolved out of the black resistance of the 60s. But the hip hoppers are some of the most politically dumbass people we got. Because they do not understand that that white breakdancer is still a white supremacist. The white rapper is still a white supremacist. Now some of y'all got white friends, so I need to teach you what do I mean when I say all white people are racist, because you went to kindergarten with Peggy Sue. Okay. You lived next door to Peggy Sue. You went to high school with Peggy Sue. You came to her birthday, she came to your birthday. Y'all went to college together, y'all roomed together. Her mom knew your mom knew her mom. Y'all was like sisters. You and Peggy Sue from next door. Y'all graduated, y'all got your masters together. Y'all got your doctorate together, but you got yours a little quicker than Peggy. You and Peggy working at the same job. Peggy learns about a promotion within the corporation. You're qualified, she's not. Peggy don't come and tell you, hey, Shaquita. Peggy don't come, hey, Shaquita, there's a job for somebody, you gotta have your PhD. I know I'm working on mine, you got yours, you go get that girl, get that job. Guess what Peggy did? Your best friend for your whole life. Kindergarten together, preschool, birthday parties, marriage. Guess what Peggy did? She went and told a white person she didn't even know, who was qualified for the position to go get it. The white person got the job. You found out later that Peggy knew and Peggy referred the white person, and you were heartbroken. You went to Peggy and said, Peggy, we've been friends since we was 5. You gave the white person a job. I'm your girl. Let me tell you where you made a mistake. Your relationship with these white folks is personal. Stay with me. Peggy and Shaquita, that shit personal. That's between them. What you better realize is all your good white friends who y'all love in Oakland, they have a commitment to their racial status. And they have a commitment to their white community. And when and if the need for them to keep their people in control of yours ever arises, they will always look out for blood first. Your problem is you got a personal relationship with the European. And you fail to realize that that personal relationship has nothing to do with their political obligation to white supremacy. Y'all better learn it and you better teach it to your children, because I'm getting tired of getting emails from black folk who are heartbroken by good white folks. You ain't got no white friends. You just don't know it yet. Well, you have white friends, but white people only have black servants. They are in your life. You serve a purpose. The second rule of racism is white people do not share power with black folks. So anytime you hear Negroes saying they're about to go into business with a white person, you know that's a Negro in a psychosis. he needs an eval. Because white folks don't share power with you. Remember when Michael Jordan retired from the league? He had his Jumpman sneaker, right? Michael Jordan wanted to sell Air Jordan on his because he said, that's me. And Nike said, with all due respect, I know you made us billions of dollars all around the world, Michael, but we actually own that name and you can't use it, so you can call yours Jumpman. But all the black kids in the ghetto are still going to buy Air Jordan because that's the name you made famous, which means you got to compete with yourself to make a dollar. White people have never changed.
That's right.
White people have been consistent towards you for 500 years. The problem is you love them so much that you refuse to see them for who they are. So all white folks are racist. White folks never share power with blacks. Look at Russell Simmons and Def Jam. Russell Simmons, Stone Cold House Negro, versus with the Chinese lady, Kimora Lee, the big face lady. And then now he with a white lady. He don't learn. He opened up Def Jam with, who was it, Leroy Cohen? Rick Rubin? Whoever, one of them Jews. And guess what? 2 years ago, Russell Simmons had to sue the company he owned because they manipulated him out of ownership in the corporation he started. Because he believed in having white friends.
That's right.
I better wake the hell up. You ain't got no white friends.
That's right.
When it's time for Dr.Umar to get married, and I'm going to get married, don't listen to me. Yeah, I'm cute, but I'm going to get married. Listen. If my wife tells me she got a white friend, we can't get married.
That's right.
Because that, no, I gotta recognize who I am. That's a political risk to my work. I can't have no Negro around me who believes in the redemption of white supremacy. If you got white friends, I cannot work with you. That is a political risk. Infiltration. And the reason you don't understand why white folks treat you bad is you fail to realize that everything white people do vis-a-vis black folks is done in the name and in the interest of the maintenance of white supremacy. So they will lie to you, they will trick you out your job, they will steal your house, anything to serve white supremacy. You believe in equality.
Right.
Our culture is based on equal. We don't do hierarchy. White folks breathe and eat hierarchy. Speaking of that, let's talk about Willie Lynch for a minute. And we're going to begin to round it down. Willie Lynch was a slave master. Whether he lived or not is irrelevant. The science of the letter is 100% exact. Everything in your Bible is not historical truth.
That's right.
Everything in your Quran is not historical truth. It is a parable. A lie, a story created to teach a spiritual truth. African people, we invented the science of creating stories to tell the truth. So it ain't nothing wrong with no parents. Willie Lynch taught 3 things that I want to give you. He taught more than 3, but I want to focus you on 3. The first thing he told the slave masters of America, if you want to control your black folks, never let them communicate with each other through your language. Excuse me, through their language. Make them learn yours. Willie Lynch said, don't let them speak that Wolof, don't let them speak that Swahili, don't let them speak that Zulu. Don't let them speak that Ashanti, don't let them speak that Yoruba. Don't let them communicate. And the white men of America said, why? Willie Lynch said, if they continue to talk their own language, they will always remember a time when they were not yours. You cannot break the spirit of a person who speaks their own cultural tongue. But guess what? The white man of America didn't listen. He told you if I catch you reading, I cut your foot off. I catch you reading, you get lynched. I catch you reading, 20 lashes on your back. And so by the white man making it illegal for us to learn, he helped you preserve your African tongue. That's why when we talk to each other today, you ain't talking English. Ain't a Negro in here speaking no English. I saw a nigger at the gas station, West Oakland, last night. He said, we be fixing the coming election. Damn it, that ain't no English. We be fixing. I said, damn, is this the South or the West? That's how they gonna talk in Memphis tomorrow. That's how they gonna talk in South Carolina next Thursday. I ain't gonna. Now I know we got some blacks in here who say, nah, you're just making excuses for our kids not speaking broken English, perfect English. Well, y'all need to understand. The white man don't object to your child because he don't speak perfect vernacular. He don't object to the black boy because his pants is sagging. He objects to the black boy himself. Nothing you can do will make your son acceptable to the white teacher who's miseducating him. Why? Because he is a threat, not only to her son's success, but to the genetic survival of her race. Listen! Listen! Black folks, wherever I go, ask me this one question. Dr. Umar, we already on the bottom. We ain't got nothing. Why white folks won't leave us alone? Why they still killing us? Why they still coming up with diseases? Y'all see they got a new disease now. Zika, Shanika disease. Shanika. That's Shanika. There ain't no damn Zika. That's Shanika. Okay? But listen, I need y'all to get this, and I want my children to get this. I want my princesses to get this. The reason white folks are still messing with black people, even though you ain't got nothing, 3 reasons why they hate you. Listen up. Write them down, repeat them to yourself at bedtime so you understand why you at war. They got nothing to do with your income, your education, your religion, your skin color. Because they gonna come from Obama too. Once they done with his ass, they gonna come from Obama. Listen. Number 1 source of jealousy and envy towards blacks. Your historical accomplishments. We are in Memphis, right? Last time I was here, excuse me, we're not in Memphis, we in ADHD. When I get to Memphis tomorrow, the University of Memphis has a pyramid on the campus. Y'all got any pyramids in California? Nope. Any obelisks in California? Nope. Any sphinxes at any universities, you sure? Because there's only one somewhere. Never mind that, hear me out. In most white countries, there's always some symbol of Egyptian prosperity. I was in Paris. They flew me to Paris last year to speak to the French, black French. And we went down to Napoleon's pavilion. Napoleon had a great pyramid and an obelisk. The whole Washington, D.C. is laid out like Kennedy. Why? Because that's considered the greatest civilization in world history. And you built it. So the white man knows what you're capable of doing. And if he lets your ass alone long enough, you'll do it again. So number 1, he's jealous of the fact that you were operating civilizations when he was still running around butt naked on fours, drinking blood from the skulls of his conquered dead. Do you realize that Europeans do not get an intellectual history until 1,000 years BC? Do you realize that nearly every pyramid was built by 1,000 BC? Do you realize we had already created just about every religion by 1,000 BC? Do you realize how insignificant and unnecessary the white man's presence in your life actually is? Reason number 2, they hate your ass. Gatorade is good tonight. I'm sure the FBI ain't tapped this. Second reason white folks hate you, your intellectual potential. Do you realize that you invented half the things white people use? Yes. And you invented it before you were allowed to go to his school. Do you realize the helicopter came from you? The cell phone came from you. The internet came from you. The refrigerated truck came from you. The stoplight, the gas mask, the self-lubricating engine came from you. before you could sit next to a white kid in school. They did not desegregate public school to make it equal. They desegregated public school so that they could keep an eye on all the brilliant black children, so they could draft them into this system and use them in the service of white supremacy. What if Condoleezza Rice used her intelligence for you instead of against you? What if Barack Obama, Clarence Thomas, Colin Powell used their intelligence for the race instead of against it? That's why they integrated the school. They said that little poor down Negro schoolhouse is producing geniuses. And getting back to ADHD, let me tie that in real quick, because ADHD ain't nothing more. It's nothing more for the parents of all these boys. It's nothing more than ain't no daddy at home disorder, ADHD. Son don't need no Ritalin. Do you know Ritalin is pharmacologically equivalent to crack? It is one molecule away. That the Drug Enforcement Agency of America classifies Ritalin as a Schedule B drug, which means it's in the same category as cocaine and opium. And this is what you give your son every day so he can sit still long enough to be miseducated by white women as he learns about Christopher Columbus. He need crack to learn about Columbus? And then I tell you parents what? I tell you, don't get them tested for ADHD, but y'all don't listen. Don't get them tested for ADHD, but y'all don't listen. Don't get them tested for ADHD, but y'all don't listen. Why we can't get them tested for ADHD? First of all, there's no ADHD test. ADHD is an alleged behavior. No test can classify behavior. The eyes do. But 95% of the black kids in Oakland diagnosed with ADHD were never observed by the evaluating psychologists. They made their diagnosis purely on the complaints of white teachers and black mothers. You are your son's problem. Time out. I'm going to back up. Stay with me. But the thing with that, though, you're correct to an extent, but here's the issue. You can't hustle your child for a check until I give you that diagnosis. I hustle first. Do y'all follow that? The school hustles first. The parent hustles second. You can never hustle your child if I didn't give you a label to hustle with. I just want to make sure we don't make the parents the scapegoat. I don't want to make the parents the scapegoat. You're not the psychologist, I am. Okay? Now, in addition to ADHD being ain't no daddy at home, it could also be ain't no discipline at home. Disorder. Now I'm talking to my single parent mothers. I love y'all mothers. Brothers, give a hand to the ladies for helping with that. But I do need to say this to my black queens. Some of you are raising your sons to be the exact type of man you yourself would never want to marry.
Exactly.
Your son is lazy, he is trifling, he is shiftless, he is irresponsible, and you are suffocating the masculinity out of that boy. He's going to be a wuss and a wimp and no good to somebody else's daughter because mom would rather love than teach discipline. Mother, stop giving your son 1,000,000 times to break your rules. The white man only gives you one. Why are you giving him 50? If he don't do what he's supposed to do, mama got to come with a consequence. She ain't gonna give him a red light, blue light, green light, purple light. What's that shit? Red light, what's that? Help me out.
Time out.
See, the white man came in, the white man trying to tell you how to raise your kids. And he don't even know how to raise his own. White man said you can't spank your kids no more. Damn right, Columbine. You're right, and that's the same. It was a tragedy. It was a tragedy. You don't let white folks say how to raise your children. They can raise their kids undisciplined because their kids benefit from white privilege.
Exactly.
It don't matter if little Michael doesn't learn discipline. He's going to get the job anyway. He white.
Right.
Your son black. He got to earn his way.
That's right.
And the one weapon that white supremacy uses against a black man is lack of discipline. And what is my definition of discipline, parents? It's the ability to make yourself do what needs to be done when it gotta be done, whether your son likes it or not. Does he have the self-control of God in him? Does he get up at the same time? No problem. Do his homework at the same time? No problem. Wash his clothes, clean the bathroom at the same time? No problem. Knows when to come in the house soon when that sun starts setting? My mama said that's the time that's how you teach discipline. God is discipline. The sun rises at the same time. 365 and a quarter days a year, God is discipline.
That's right.
Teach your son to be like God.
Yeah, right.
Because if he not, the white man will swallow him up.
right.
And my problem with my mothers is y'all giving your sons too many chances to mess up, so you're not teaching him the way the world works.
That's right.
That police officer will tell him to stop one time.
One time.
If he forget, it's a bullet in his back. Ain't no I'm on ADHD medicine.
That's right.
Ain't no I got conduct disorder. Do y'all know that once your child reaches the age of 18, none of them labels will benefit him ever again in life? So why are you walking around with an ADHD crutch? Why are you walking around with a learning disability crutch? Do you know there's no learning disability in college? There's no IEP in college. There's no IEP in the job. So why you got your son running around thinking he can come up with excuses for not having control of himself?
Say that.
Say it again.
We need men. And I think I speak for every black woman in here when I say y'all tired of wimp-ass, Duncan Hines-ass men. Y'all want real men with a real backbone who can do some real providing. And the brother said, yeah, brother, but you know, these sisters is harder than us men. They more masculine. Okay, that might be true, but guess what, brother? If you're going to admit that a woman is harder than your ass, I can put a bra on that ass. I ain't never admit no woman harder than me. That's crazy. And some of y'all say, well, I don't believe it when Dr. Umar say that we don't speak English. Because I've never been to Africa. How do we speak in Africa? Let me tell you. Let me give you 3 differences between European language and African language so you can see that you speak African. The only thing you use from the white man is his vernacular, his vocab. Your whole system is totally African. First of all, in most West African languages from where we come, there's no strong consonant sound on the end of words. Okay? White people have strong consonants. Most European languages, they have strong consonants on the end of words. So white people will say, we are getting ready to have a supper with Bill and his wife Jenny at Thompson's Cabaret. You see how their language got strong consonants? You must enunciate every vowel in every word. Most West African languages don't have consonants at the end of words. They have vowels. That's why most of you name your children with a name that ends in a vowel. Rashida, Samira, Abdullah. Because in West African tongue, the words end in vowels so they can connect easily to the next word. So we don't say we are getting ready to have supper. Black folks say, I'm fixing to get Sunday. You feel me, Bob? It's one word. Ain't no breaks and none of it. One concept. White folks call it broken English. Well, go to Nigeria, go to Ghana, go to Liberia, go to Sierra Leone, go to South Africa. They speak just like you, no breaks. Because our language is like our culture. It is rhythmic and continuous. So there are no breaks. So that's the first difference between white tongue and black tongue. Let me give you another difference between white tongue and black tongue. White folks' language has past, present, future. We were, we are, we will. African language also has past, present, and future, but the present participle is more accentuated in African language because it reflects our culture and spiritual worldview as a people who are always becoming. So whereas white folks will ask their son, Rob, did you take out the trash last night? Rob will say, Mother, I took out the trash last night. But when you go ask Ray Ray, did he take out the trash? Ray Ray say, Ma, I got that. Listen, Ray Ray didn't say I did it. He said I got it. He's answering a question about the past, but he's using the present participle. That is African culture. Let me give you another difference between white people's language and black people's language. White people believe that only one person should talk at a time. White people go crazy when more than one person talks. Why? Because their culture is hierarchical. They are a vertical people. We are a horizontal people. They believe in elitism. We believe in collectivism. So the white person would say, do not interrupt him until he is completely done. He might be full of shit, but you cannot interrupt him until he's complete. African culture, and you'll find this in any African culture. If I'm talking, and my brother know where I'm coming from. Now check. Y'all just demonstrated it just now. I wasn't even done. And y'all knew where I was. So you jumped in and finished it. So he will jump in and he will start speaking. She will jump in, and before you know it, 10 Africans talking at the same time, vibing on the same square, and white folks is going the hell crazy. I'm going to give you one more difference between white language and black language. White people value effective communication of the message. After a white person talks, they will say, did you understand what I said? Did you hear me clearly? Did you thoroughly digest the message that I left you? White people value understanding what they said. Now black folks, our primary mode and method and means of communication is not to understand what I said, but to feel what I meant. Let me give you an example. White person would say, is this your husband? What is his name? How you doing, John? I'm Professor McDevitt, and it's an honor to meet you very much, and I have your wife in my class, and she's one of my best students. Enjoy your day. Did you hear what I just said? She come over to you, sister, and she say, I just introduced myself to your husband. Did you hear what I told her? You say, damn what you say. I felt what you meant, and your ass is thirsty for my man. So back your white ass up or be something in here. To hell with what you said, I felt your energy, and your ass is thirsty for my man. See, with black folk, we don't get all caught up in what you say, because we know people full of ish. Are y'all following me? Come on. Soon when another person starts talking to you, you ain't listening. You trying to pick up the vibration behind the message. Oakland, do you feel me? And this is why I'm working hard as hell to build the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. It ain't a question of when, it ain't a question of if, it's a question of when and where. But the school coming. And after we get one, we got to open up one everywhere because one school ain't going to solve this. We got millions of black children. And I want my little girls to know I'm not leaving them out either, because after we do the FDMG, we got to do the ADAG, Anna Douglas, Amy Garvey Academy for Black Girls. And I want my mothers to hear me, because I love you sisters well, but when your daughters show up to the Anna Douglas and Amy Garvey Academy, she must show up 100% nappy by nature or not at all. There will be no weave, no wig, no perm, no extensions, no hair color, and no jewelry. Now I know some of my sisters are saying to themselves, who the hell is he to be telling me how my daughter's hair is supposed to be?
Come on.
Ain't no man supposed to be telling a woman. I'm not coming at you from a masculinated sexist standpoint.
Come on.
I'm coming at you from a I honor and love the black woman as God standpoint. And I'm coming at you to say that I'm getting sick and tired of my little sisters, your boys, feeling inferior to white girls. Because they see their mother doing all they can to look like one. When your daughter come to my school, she can come with a Caesar like me. She can have twisties. She can have locks. She can have a blowout. She can have a baldy, damn it, but it better be hers. And why is that necessary? Because before I can teach her about knowledge of self, before I can teach her about white supremacy, before I can teach her how to drive a car or fly an airplane, I gotta know that she can look in that mirror at herself as God made her and said, damn, I look good. The first education is an education in accepting herself as she is. I see a lot of these Afrocentric schools around the country. And some of them are good. And I respect them all, criticizing them. But in my school, you cannot be talking about you go to an African-centered school with a Beyonce wig on your neck.
Come on. That's right.
How you an African-centered school and your teachers are all permed the hell up?
Come on.
And blonde hair braided in, talking about you Afrocentric because you got a pack of incense and some stale-ass shea butter. You better cut it out. You better cut it out back there, cream mother. Not gonna make your school African because you got an old drum. Y'all lost your damn mind. And every kid in the school got a made in China dashiki on. Talking about we Afrocentric. Oh, damn Afrocentric. Your daughter gotta be natural.
That's
and
right.
what happens if these boys go to a school where all their female classmates are nappy? He gets raised to only be attracted to a natural sister. And I'm not knocking my sisters who still processed. I want to be clear. I love all of you, whether you're natural yet or not.
That's right.
I want to be clear about that. You still my sister. But I just want y'all to know how much power y'all have over the minds of our babies. And if all the black women in America together said, we going natural tomorrow, do you know what that would do to the self-esteem of our little girls? Not to mention that it'll bankrupt the hell out of that Korean hair care industry. That's what I'm talking about. Unapologetically African. But I've gotten some emails from some sisters who've told me, Dr. Johnson, you might be sincere about your unapologetically African movement, but I'm dealing with a brother in the conscious community. And I decided to go natural for my man because he claimed that's what he wanted. And when I went and got all that perm and weave cut out my head and came back and told him, look, baby, we're going to do this for real. All spots and everything. We can do it. Gangsta shit. I get sisters who tell me, my man says, what did you do that for? Oh, I've had sisters tell me that their conscious boyfriend left them
That's right.
for going natural. Come on, brothers. Come on. We got to be real with this now. Got to be real with it. But if you forget to cut your baby's hair off before she show up, don't worry, I'm a barber. I'm going to cut her my dance. I'll put a West Side Oakland right in the back of her head. Keep it gangster. Steph Curry, what's his number? 33, what's his number? I'll put 30 right in the back so she can keep it gangster. In my school, we're going to teach agricultural science. They got to learn how to make their own food. Why? 70% of black folks are dying from food-related disease. The food is killing you. And then Whole Foods is hustling you. You heard about Whole Foods, right? Whole Foods ain't Whole Foods. They found Whole Foods was selling GMO. Gangster-made organism. Y'all love white folks. Y'all don't even listen to what white folks say. They lie in front of your face. You go to the Whole Food store, right? And they got a whole big sale on the produce section, right? They say $1 a pound. Organic, seedless watermelons. Why the hell is it organic if it ain't got no damn seeds in it? I used to be the psychologist for the youth detention center in Philadelphia, right? Right across the street was a Whole Foods. I would go over there for lunch. I had to stop eating it. I couldn't pay my rent after eating it. I'm not going there one day, right? Because you know I love cherries. I'm a cherry man. The real cherry fruit. Anyway. Listen.
Look out.
This ain't conscious strip. I'm gonna throw this thing at you. Listen, I would go over there for lunch, okay? And they would, I'm a cherry man, so I would say, cherries, $3.99 a pound, organic, seedless, right? And the cherry be bigger than the watermelon. How the hell the cherry bigger than a watermelon with no seeds?
Wow, that's scary.
So we're going to teach our kids to grow their own food so they stay healthy. We also want to have a dietary and nutritional science curriculum where we're going to teach the children how to heal their body without Western medicine. Do you realize that most black people are not dying from your disease? It ain't the diabetes that's killing you. It's the medicine for the diabetes. It ain't the high blood pressure killing you. It's the pills for it. Imagine your son being 9 years old with the mastery of a Dr. Sadie at 9. Imagine your daughter with the mastery of a Dr. Laila Africa at 8. Mom and not feeling well, they're going to have their own little personal garden. Every child going to have their own little healing circle in their house. Somebody in the house gets sick, they're going to go right to their little juju power in the little lot and hook it up and cook it up and shiju it up, physique it up, jerk chicken it up, and heal mama's flu. She ain't even got to go to the hospital. But Imhotep said, let thy food be thy medicine. That's why I love African spirituality so much, because in African spirituality, the priest is a doctor of spirit and body. He treats the spirit, because in African spirituality, we believe in a balance. Physical, non-physical. So if you have a cold on the physical level, you also have some kind of sickness on the spiritual. Imagine if they got that science. And then we're going to give them military science.
That's right.
She's going to learn the responsible uses of guns. That's right. You damn right. Because tomorrow not promised, y'all. And these white folks in California is bucking up for martial law. And your ass better be ready to buck back when they buck at you. Negroes got a buy back guns program. They going around saying, if you give up your gun, we're going to give you a coupon to Dunkin' Donuts. A damn coupon to Dunkin' Donuts. That's some cool-ass program. And guess what? Guess who give their guns back? Do the thugs give their guns back? No. Good people give their guns. You don't need to be giving your guns back. How many guns they let you buy in California a week or a month? One. Y'all get one a month. We get one a month in Philly. Buy one a month, please. So listen, you don't just buy for you, brothers and sisters. You got to buy for the brother next door because he's an ex-felon and he can't buy one. You got to have enough to fuel your whole block if you get bucked like that. Jesus ain't had sneakers on either, so I can't wear them. Jesus never had a cheesesteak. I can't. You got to put stuff in its proper perspective. If Jesus was living on the west side of Oakland, trust me, his ass have a couple Macs and 6 Macs. You damn right.